think if you're Robyn Lucas, you're going to be pulling guard pretty fast, knowing who you're up against. But let's see. There's almost something in not pulling guard when you're up against a really great wrestler or judo player that shows him, come on, I'm not scared of you. Me personally, pull guard straight away.
Yeah, she's made the sensible call.
I was lucky enough to go against an Olympic gold medalist whose head was the size of a fire hydrant, and I pulled guard very fast.
Very nice. Knee slice attempt, but straight in a footlock here.
Yeah. Looked like for a second she's going to try and switch into a heel hook, and she's really putting some torque in this straight ankle. It seems to be quite high, but you can still get an immense amount of pressure there. Chloe's very, very strong. This is a point she takes her strength conditioning very, very seriously. So when you've got that physical prowess, grabbing onto the leg and torquing it, you can just create a lot of opportunities that might not be there if you didn't have that strength behind it.
Yeah, you're going to feel that immediate danger, which technically can open up some gaps.
Oh, nasty. On that heel again.
To capitalize.
Yeah, Chloe competing out of Impact Gym Bristol under Tom O'Hagan. They are under Drag, so you'll see our challenger for the title tonight, Ashley Bendel, in her corner. You're going to know that they're going to get some fantastic training in.
This was a nice exchange. Robyn almost advancing to the back there, but Chloe managing to recover the guard.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because, of course, we have Chloe with that incredible judo experience. We're expecting we're not going to see her on her back, but then in going for that leg lock, she's found herself in that position. Robyn Lucas are now trying to pass that shallow knee shield from the half guard position, and it's going to be interesting to see if she can get past these legs here. Trying to grab far side on the head. Chloe going nice guard regain, but straight into that half guard position again. Lucas, lots of forward pressure through the hips. She's trying to get a connection on that upper body to really shoot that knee slice out to the side, try and stabilize a side control position here, trying to tie it, and the leg is passed, but in doing so, she gives Chloe the space to almost wrestle up and now finds herself trying to go for an armbar, but it's very, or possibly a triangle, inverted triangle here, but it's very, very shallow. She tries to come around to the back here. She might be able to get this. This is one of those positions where, it could really dictate the direction that the match will go in. It looks like she almost secured the back. She's going to try and roll through for an armbar here.
Yeah, potentially a little bit high off the back.
I feel like
But Chloe, the armbar could definitely be an option.
Yeah, I feel like Chloe didn't defend against that early enough, and she's allowed Robyn to sort of advance that position deeper and deeper. Now she's got the opportunity of a back take. She has the opportunity of that reverse triangle from the back as well, and there's the back take.
Very nice. Okay, she can get quite comfortable here. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so she's got the body triangle. She's on that underhook inside, and this is something that we're seeing as standard these days. Back in our day, guys, because we're old, we've been doing jiu-jitsu ages. Back in our day, you wanted to fall to the overhook inside, but these days we want to fall to the underhook inside so we can try and isolate one of the arms. But I can't quite see, and we can't see from the booth. And hand on the face there, trying to get that forearm underneath the neck.
Yeah, we had a nice cross face there to make life a little bit uncomfortable.
Chloe looks like she's about to be able to turn possibly into the guard, but a small adjustment in the legs by Robyn Lucas, and she's able to stabilize it.
So still trying to work that left arm in there as well from Robyn.
Now, we have absolutely loads of time left on the clock, but we've got to be thinking about the scoring. We had those footlock attempts, those heel hook attempts early. Even though positionally dominant Robyn Lucas has been for the majority of this match, she hasn't really, I don't really feel like there was an armbar attempt there. It was just using the position to control. So this is where you have to start thinking about this particular rule set, how important the actual submission attempts are. Not just starting to set them up, not just getting to the position to set them up, but actually going for it. And this is a fantastic position. If she throws her right leg over the head now, she can try and go for that armbar. And if it's deep, it's almost certainly going to put Robyn Lucas ahead on the scorecard, but a little bit of hesitation. It looks like Chloe's going to end up inside of her closed guard.
I think if we think back to the initial footlock too, this was actively defended, and I think that's probably one of the key points. If you're in a submission, but your partner is not trying to actively defend, can it be scored?
Yeah, so if we were judging from a different rule set where you were looking at everything a little bit more equally, where you're looking at positional dominance and maybe not as weighted as submission attempts, but you're still looking at them at sort of the same level. In this rule set, it's like a submission attempt is a point and a positional advantage is an advantage.
Yeah.
You know, so if you don't have those submission attempts, you're not going to get the decision. So I think, 5 minutes left. We're halfway through now. This has been a real back and forth, but positionally, a lot of dominance from Robyn Lucas. The question is, can she get back to a top position? Because Chloe gave her that top position in going for the leg lock. Is she going to be able to sweep? Is she going to be able to set anything up off of her back now?
Climbing up to attempt this armbar again.
Yeah, this looks like this might be quite deep. A little bit difficult to tell from this angle.
Yeah, this is what you would class as a submission attempt here. The arm isn't extended, but or maybe it is extended. It does look like it's extended. Oh, this is a very deep submission attempt. So this is going to be counting. No, I thought that was her arm. I thought that was the other girl's arm. No, it's not extended, but it's still a submission attempt.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
she's on the Kimura.
And she looks like she gets to take top position here. Yeah, sorry, Vanessa.
I think when the ref goes down to his knees, you know that there's some danger.
Yeah, and if the ref goes completely prone on their stomach, it's like an even higher level of danger.
I wonder if the judges know this.
No, this is an important scoring code. When I run a show, that is going to be it's going to be 100% based on the face and body actions of the referee.
There should be a little
you
tick
can make
box.
them cringe. Yeah, exactly.
Were they prone at any point during the match?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
How much were they wincing? How much were they wincing? How close did they get to the other two competitors to see whether the submission was on or not? So
I'd also like to comment on sort of this face smothering move, because I'll be honest with you, this is something new, never anything that I've sort of experienced in my career. As we kind of know, like Wagner Hosha was kind of pretty known for the face smothering move, but it seems to be quite a bit more common now.
Well, I think there's a difference between taking the back and going for that Wagner Hosha. I think he calls it, what's he call it? Python or some stupid name probably. But the bit where you just put your hand over their face.
Yeah.
There's a difference between going for that from the back and another armbar attempt here from Robyn Lucas. And
again, the elbow's pretty in there.
Yeah, into a very shallow. Chloe Gowen defending this triangle attempt really, really nicely. And like we said, Chloe's so strong. She does her strength conditioning work with Grapple Machine, her coach Tomo Hagen. Yeah. So you know physically she's going to be in tip-top shape. But yeah, going back to the smothering thing, there's a difference between doing that from the back and just being inside someone's guard and sticking your hand in their face.
I mean, I've seen it all over today already.
Yeah.
Bottom guard, top guard.
I think it's one of those things we do. Oh, they're sitting backwards for the footlock, which is, I mean, it's interesting. You would think, don't do that. That's how you ended up on your back last time. That's how you ended up with your opponent on your back. Surely try and pass the guard at least a little bit before going backwards. But then we think about the rule set again and think, actually, that footlock attempt could secure the entire match. There it is, another footlock attempt. Lots of talk being put in there, and you can see the grimace on the face. She's putting everything into it. Robyn Lucas, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be bothered at all.
No, not too fast. Having to clear the legs off the hip, which I think is what's going to give Chloe the extension. Without that, it's a little bit tricky to finish.
And maybe Robyn Lucas thinking about going for a leg lock of herself, not in a great position to do so. I mean, this is an interesting match scoring-wise from this rule set.
So we've got an outside heel hook attempt here.
I don't feel like they're as deep as the first couple, and Robyn just doesn't seem to be doing much to defend them.
Yeah, she's pretty chill.
And she's going to take top position again. She goes for it. Front headlock guillotine, arm in guillotine attempt here. And she could try and sell this to the judges or use this to try and take the back. And there it is.
Very nice. If we can advance on this position.
And Robyn did say, when asked what her favorite technique or submission is, she does love the Kimura trap, and we're seeing that. That armbar to back to armbar to back. That is the quintessential basics or fundamentals of that Kimura trap system, the ability to transition. And once again, into the armbar. She's not been able to get any extension on these arms at all, but I mean, hands aren't connected this time, so there's a possibility she's in that Kimura. She looks like she might be trying to extend for the finish of the Kimura. She's got 42 seconds, and I mean, if we're talking about judges' scorecards, there's one way to make sure it goes your way, and that is to not take it to the judges' scorecard.
Yeah. 30 seconds left here.
think Chloe has now managed to reach her hands together.
It does look like it.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is a great position. It almost looks like she could transition to like a Tarika Plata from here if she throws her leg over the top. I mean, that hand looks to be slipping out. She's got 15 seconds. At the very least, this has got to be the closest that we've had to a submission.
Left. Oh, my goodness.
Switches into an armbar here, and Robyn Lucas putting absolutely everything into this. 5 seconds left, trying to finish this armbar. She's not going to get it, but what a match.
Wow. This is going to be difficult for the judges to score, I think.
For me personally, I feel like it's all Robyn Lucas.
Yeah, I would
feel like
agree.
the leg lock attempts, there wasn't a huge risk, maybe early on. I feel from the excitement on the face of Robyn Lucas, she feels that she might be agreeing with me, but you know, we're commentators, we're not judges. We can't be sure.
What do we know?
What do we know?
How much
exactly.
years of jiu-jitsu experience do we have between us at this table?
Yeah, a couple of years here or there. Let's send it down. Oh, here's our action replay. And a lot of action did happen. This is early on. It's going to be Chloe sitting backwards.
This was the initial, yeah. The initial one, which did look like a little bit of danger.
Yeah, this looked good. This position looked good, but Robyn just really calm and calculated as she defended this. And then we saw these multiple instances of this Kimura trap system. She promised us essentially taking the back, switching to arm bars. Chloe too strong to get really extended in any of them, but just a really exciting back and forth match.
Yeah. And I think finishing in that Kimura grip and being able to try and extend in the armbar at the end, you know, it's going to look good when you're finishing in a submission too.
Well, let's send it down to our MC, Verity, to give us the official decision.
And your winner by judges' decision is Robyn Lucas.
There we go. A very, very good performance by Robyn Lucas. I feel like in her first outing on Enyo 1, she wasn't really able to display her full skills. There was a lot of standing. There was a lot of kind of stalemate positions. But tonight, I really feel like she managed to show off all of her techniques, and a fantastic job she did. That Kimura trap system was working so well. You know, props to Chloe for having some good submission attempts of her own, but ultimately a great performance by Robyn Lucas.